So a big thanks to Bobule and Jon, who did the CAD design for these slider caps. Almost perfect. I got one of the inner dimensions wrong. You can see there's quite a lot of white under the cap there. The original cap just fits down a little bit deeper. Let me see if I can get that. And if I put the replacement one on, it's a bit more raised. So I took all the dimensions that I could, and this is the one that I got wrong here, which is this dimension. It needed to be 4.6. And if I had measured that in inches, it came to a square 0.18. So hopefully we can try and plug in that number and it will sit a bit nicer onto the board. So everything is working fantastically, and it's really weird using this synth without thinking that you're going to break one of these knobs at any time. So the final part of the puzzle is to take it off its umbilical cord, and we're going to see if we can reinstall this nice new PCB from PCBWay and get this thing running on its own 2 feet. I'm going to have to clean off that heatsink compound and add some fresh to the back here. Okay, so the moment of truth, we're still going to use my trusty current limiter light bulb, just in case. And I've left the switch on the front. So if I can set the camera up, we should get plus or minus 15 volts. Okay, let's go. That's excellent. Plus or minus 15.17. And we can trim this down to get 15.06. That'll do for me. And that is really good. So the good news is PCBWay have offered to help me make a version 2 of this circuit board. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Remember, we decided to make a new one because the original one had burnt and I didn't want to put that back into circulation. So I came up with the new design using the original service manual diagram. But there is a couple of things where we can improve it. So there's this fuse here, which is, if you can see on this one, it's got one of those soldered legged fuses. And if that was to blow, then they're quite hard to get hold of. So I thought I could add a different couple of size fuse holders. The lettering I will put on the outside of the resistor, so if you're building this, it's much easier to follow, because obviously once the resistor's in, you can't see the designation. Apart from that, I will then make this available via PCBWay, so you can order these yourselves.